The Goblin Queen is the newest ruler in Merge Tactics, and I've never used her before. So today I decided to put my beloved Spirit Empress on the shelf and play 3 games with the Goblin Queen to decide once and for all who is the best ruler in Merge Tactics. So if you want to know how I expected this to go, just know I waited until right after I hit silver to record this video so I couldn't tilt by a mile. But I knew at paltry Silver 1, my Spirit Empress expertise could probably win me every single one of these games. So to impress me, the Goblin Queen would need nothing short of perfection. First place, 3 games in a row. Let's see if she can do it. Now I entered the 3-game set with a strategy. One of the best comps in the game right now is Juggernaut's Assassins. Obviously the Goblin Machine is a Juggernaut, and though the Golden Knight is the best assassin to use, the second one is a lot more flexible, so I could use the Stab Goblin as my 6th troop. With 2 goblins on the board, I get free goblins every round, which would compound with the Queen's goblins for more elixir, which would get my Juggernaut strong enough to keep me alive, until I could max my Goblin and Machine. So, here's the plan. Step 1, get 2 goblins on the field as soon as possible from the Goblin Queen or from the shop if I have to. Step 2, merge the trait goblins and queen goblins to get elixir and build my Juggernauts comp. And step 3, merge and sell spear and dart goblins, keep stab goblins and goblin machines, and max my broken comp for a last minute win. Now this plan had its risks, mostly due to my inability to farm elixir like I could with the Spirit Empress. But it's the only plan I've got. Here's how it went. The modifier was your mind. The free elixir itself would go a long way, and I knew that low health goblins would die first pretty often, and more goblins in the pool means more merges now and more powerful assassins later. So I grabbed some cheap cards and I waited. Unfortunately, they couldn't secure a kill, but now the game could really begin. I bought a knight and a spear goblin, then I forced a cycle and got my second goblin on the board. With goblins, juggernauts, and a merge in the shop, I just had to wait for the Goblin Queen's ability to kick in. On the first kill, it did, along with the free troop from the modifier. Plus the goblin at the end of the round, that was enough elixir to start building my comp. I tanked a loss in the next fight and came out with a 3-star goblin. I managed to force out a skeleton king and double shielded the free prince I'd copied the round before. This was enough to secure me a victory. Next, I was up against the eliminated player. I grabbed the Golden Knight and a placeholder giant skeleton, and all I had to do was wait as I won with no losses, and watched my enemies gift me a spot in the top 2. Now, all I needed was a Valkyrie, so I pushed until I finally got it. I sold what I didn't need and bolstered up my comp. By now, I was more than strong enough to defeat my opponent, so I relaxed and watched the free goblins roll in. The end had come. I collected my winnings and leveled up my Golden Knight, the final nail in the coffin. We squared off one more time, and I took the victory. That was unexpected. A really strong start. It made playing with the Goblin Queen look easy. Maybe a bit too easy. Still, I started to wonder, maybe the Queen wasn't so bad after all. But I'd have to find out in Game 2. Now I'll tell you right now, the second game didn't go as well as the first one. It went even better. This time I got endurance training, which instantly gave goblin machines more value since they get more abilities off. I started with a convenient spear goblin, and I bought a P.E.K.K.A. who cleaned up my first opponent. That win gave me a merge and a free goblin, but I ended up getting 2 more on top. I planned to sell the 2-star in the next round, but after another win I got it to 3-star, so I decided to keep it, skip the goblin machine for now, and merge my new dark goblin instead, giving me a team strong enough to collect another win. I got 2 more goblins after that, so it was time to sell my 3-star and build a crushing comp. After win number 4, everything fell into place. One by one, I got the cards I needed, and I knew my last 2 opponents didn't stand a chance. This comp really is broken, especially against underdeveloped builds. If you want to learn it before everyone is playing it, I'm making a full guide right now, so subscribe so you don't miss the video. But yeah, this game wasn't even close. I crushed my final opponent and won without taking a single hit. Did I just have a lucky start, get lucky merges, or had I been wrong about the Goblin Queen? Had I been missing out on a true superpower all this time? Answer still eluded me, but there was one thing I knew for sure. The next game wouldn't be so easy. And boy, was I right. I got endurance training again, and I already knew it could only help me so much. I had 2 goblins and a merge in the shop, but they wouldn't help me win the first round. In the next round, I bought a Valkyrie, but again, it wouldn't be enough for me to win. I managed to get myself a 3-star goblin and take down the weakest of my competitors, eliminating him. But one player was standing out. They had full health, and kept it, beating the player who had just bested me. I knew I needed juggernauts, fast. But what I got didn't cut it. I was fatally low on elixir, and I threw out whatever comp I could cobble together. Luckily, I still didn't face the leader, but even the second place player defeated me easily. I was on my last legs. In a stroke of luck, I was again matched up with the eliminated player. This gave me a much-needed chance to get off the back foot and build. But I watched as the player who had just towered over me got easily dispatched. I had made the final 1v1. Not through any advantage of mine, but through the sheer dominance of my adversary. I managed to scrape my comp together just in time for the final fight, but I knew it was too late. I looked at my opponent's 10 health to my 1, and knew there was nothing that could be done. I grimly, somberly accepted my fate. And I beat him. Against all odds, I had scrabbled together a comp that was stronger than my enemies. Honestly, I have no clue why their cards were so weak. I would have assumed they were AFK if I didn't see them keep buying cards. I completed my comp, and I watched as my troops annihilated the opposing force. And just like that, I had done it. I'd made a last-minute comeback. I had won, giving the Goblin Queen a perfect record. 3 for 3. In conclusion, do I definitely, categorically need to get out of silver? Yes. Was I absolutely, quantitatively carried by a broken comp? Yes. But the Queen performed far better than I expected on the elixir front, and she obviously synergized with the Goblin and the Goblin Machine, which are both not only strong in this meta, but part of one of the strongest comps, if not the strongest comp in the game. And the Goblin Queen effectively guarantees you those cards, making them impossible to block. So, my final verdict. The best ruler in the game is still the Spirit Empress. Sorry, farming is broken. But if you don't have her, then the Goblin Queen is definitely the way to go. The Queen was way more viable than I thought, elixir wasn't as much of an issue as I expected, and this video proves she can tangle with the Spirit Empress and come out on top. Since I've made this video, I've seen occasional clips of diamond level players running the Goblin Queen, so all in all, today is a big W for the Goblin Queen fans out there. If you still need to unlock the Goblin Queen, there's a trick I use to win with the king. I made a short on it that you can find on my channel, where you can also learn every comp you'll ever need to know. I'm making videos every day and constantly tracking the meta as it evolves, so subscribe so you don't miss out. If you enjoyed this high maintenance type of video, let me know and I'll make more. Thanks for watching, I'll see you later.